just gonna wedge up just the regular Klamath buff. Stuff is a bit moldy, which is good. And I'm just gonna wedge it until it's in a nice, usable scenario here. Okay, round 2, I got my Klamath yellow. And you'll notice I'm using less than I did with the Klamath buff. I want the buff to be the base, where you're gonna be able to see the marble of the other stuff in it as well. So I'm just gonna get that. Just gonna get a little bit of a smaller scenario here. Okay, got my Klamath red now, using a similar amount to the Klamath yellow. A little bit less, just because the darker colors are gonna want to overpower everything. So I've got my Klamath brown, and you'll notice I got an even smaller amount right here. And again, I'm just gonna wedge it out so we're ready to rock and roll. I want them to have a similar moisture and texture, and then we're all gonna be ready for the next part. I'm not gonna wedge it too much, just because I wanna get it ready to go. So I've got my Klamath brown, my Klamath red, my Klamath yellow, and my Klamath buff. And all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna kind of flatten them out. The brown is enough to just kind of flatten out like right there. Red, I'm gonna do very similar scenario. Okay, right? Yellow, again. And you can already see that if you're going in this direction, your fingers will already start to mess up what's going on here. Now when we get to the bigger one, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut this guy in half, because I wanna have these going throughout it, right? I want my Klamath buff is gonna be my main one. I'm just gonna kind of sandwich it in between here like this. So the idea here is you got yourself a little fun hamburger looking thing. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to wedge all of this together. And the key to marbling is that you don't wedge too much, right? So we're gonna get in here and we're gonna mess them up, but we're not going to over wedge. If we over wedge, it defeats the whole purpose of this. But we do wanna get in here, and we do wanna get them intermixed more than they are. You can already kind of see how it looks pretty cool. This is also going to have the benefit of, like, clays have been sitting out at all. It'll get them a little bit more consistent going throughout. And again, you can overmix this very easily, and then you will not have any of the marbling that you're trying to achieve. Okay, that's more than I want to do right now. So you can already see the marbling in there. You can see the yellow getting interspersed in the other stuff. That's probably what I'm gonna start with.